What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure unboxing and review. Today we're going to be looking at the Star Wars Legends Lord Starkiller. This figure is going to be one of my only reviews where I actually do know some lore behind this figure and this actual character in Star Wars, because I'm not the biggest Star Wars guru, but I definitely have seen some stuff about this guy, and he is fucking terrifying and super badass. So I can't wait to get into this box and see what this figure looks like. And just a little note before we get started, I got this figure from toysassemble.com. This is pretty much where I get every single one of my brand new figures, and I really do recommend them wholeheartedly. So if you guys want to go check them out, link obviously right here or in the description. Super fast shipping times, prices, everything around the board. But anyway, let's get right into it. Box art is pretty typical. Hot Toys with Star Wars does have these little flaps right here, which I think are pretty cool. And this right here is, of course, the special edition, as usual. Taking this cover off right here. This right here is a big thing that I am a fan of. This really nice cover art, and you can see right here, it is super detailed. And you could actually display this behind your figure if you wanted to, or just have it as a cool little set piece that you can put on your wall or something. I don't know, I would never really do that, but it is just something really cool to add and makes the figure experience feel a little more premium. All right, and this is not much of a spectacle yet, but we will obviously get into it. This is the first look at one of the little pieces he comes with. Taking this out of the actual box itself, we are going to take our first in-hand impressions of this figure. Hopefully everything doesn't go flying, because that's seriously like a 50% chance when opening stuff like this. And taking him out of the box, a little lighter than I actually expected. Let's take all of this plastic little bits off, and oh my god, this is definitely one of my favorite figure and just character designs in probably all of Star Wars. This guy looks absolutely beautiful. But of course, as usual, we're going to get all of its accessories laid out in the light box first and take a closer look at everything it comes with. So let's check it out. All right, everybody, this is everything that Lord Starkiller comes with. He comes with a lot of shit. So let's get right into it. This is becoming a lot more of a standard Hot Toys display base for their Star Wars figures. For somebody so sick as Starkiller, I would have really liked a more premium, a better display base for his own character. But, you know, metal nameplate, so I guess that makes up for everything, right? Nothing too special with a plain crotch grabber. We obviously have the trademarked gradient Hot Toys light up effects right here, and these are not good. I always say this, Hot Toys light up effects are really bad. If you want a really nice light up saber, go ahead and get a third-party custom, because I'm not even going to show Hot Toys light up features anymore on my channel, to be honest. Going forward, it's a waste of everybody's time, and it's just not amazing. You can go check out some of my other videos, or you can just go look up Hot Toys lightsaber effects, light ups, you know, it's not good. But you do get two of those, because he does really wield two lightsabers, and you could pick out of any of these, but this right here is his main lightsaber. Super cool detail all the way around it, nice chrome. These things you do want to be a little bit careful of. They do seem a little bit fragile, so you don't want to end up breaking them. Great detail on the hilt, a lot of chromes and blacks, and nice washes on the actual kind of tape there itself. And this is the same thing, just wired. Again, do not use this. This is really mid. Now, this being the special edition, you do get this really cool metal coin. Don't really know what you're going to do with it. I think it's more of a gimmick, but it is a cool little thing, and the shine is really good. Again, these are just 3 of the pieces that Hot Toys adds to clip on this little light up box. Again, guys, just, you can do better. And then these are the 3 extra hands he comes with, along with his relaxed ones. You have 2 lightsaber holding hands and a more open force hand. And these things look beautiful. There's a lot of different kind of washes on those chrome nails right there. And these are very sharp, and they will break if you mess with them too much. So I'm actually going to put those down and focus on these 2 right now. The texture, beautiful. And I don't really know what he's doing with that pinky finger, but you know, he's got those off. Now coming over to this first lightsaber right here, this is real soft material right here. And of course it has the hook, so you can hang it off of his belt loop. This has a nice red wash all over this with nice black in between. And all of these you can peg the little red lightsaber pieces into, or I guess any Hot Toys lightsaber piece you want to into it, so you can have him wielding 2 lightsabers of any of your choice. Here is just another option with a lot of black, silver, and a nice bit of gold in between. These 2 are actually attached. Great detail all around it, but I do kind of wish they were a little more separate so you could display them separately. And this really weird looking thing right here, to be honest, don't know what it is. I don't think it's a lightsaber, so comment down below if you know what that is. But the wash on it is really nice. And I know I'm saying that's it, but this really is a very nice, decent amount of stuff, especially when we're going to see all of those lightsabers on the figure itself. So now let's actually get the figure itself out here. But anyways, everybody, here we have him standing up and down in the light box with all of his lightsabers on his body. And I think if you were going to display the figure, you have to add those lightsabers on it. It adds a ton of depth and just more story kind of behind the character, and also just makes it look that much more badass. Standing here up and down, it seriously has the proportions of a real person, so Hot Toys is definitely getting that right a lot. They're really good at doing that. When it comes to suit design, that's not really their choice, but the materials they used are 100% their choice, and I think they did everything the best they could, including the design. Everything they transferred into figure format beautifully, and yeah, I can't really say anything else right up here, so let's take a closer look at the figure in hand. So everybody, this is the look that we're going to be getting with all of those different lightsabers on his belt, and I think that looks honestly super awesome. Coming up close with all of the details on his body, this guy's suit looks phenomenal. My only gripe is that this feels a little bit cheap and it is very see-through, so I wish that could have been a little more high quality, because you definitely can see it looks a little cheap, but it has a very nice decal logo on the back, which is printed separately. An absolute ton of this looks like kind of burnt metal, like heat treated, with some cracks and scratches and dents, dings, a ton of detail on it, including on his helmet itself. Super detailed, so happy with how that looks. And we can zoom in on it and you can see the sheer level of detail and paintwork on it. And these scratches, grooves, divots, dents, everything is actually sculpted into the helmet, so none of it is artificial. You can actually feel the depth. Same thing goes with all of this armor. It is really rough and rugged. And also with the suit, this thing is fully textured and it feels very puffy, although I'm not sure how this will hold up in the long run with all of these creases, because you can see it is going to crease up a little bit. Now, I think these will go away. These won't last forever, but it's just something to take note of. His midsection here is very rough and rugged also. This guy is a very rough figure, and he really has no articulation right there, which we will review at the end of the video. And we see some more controls panels right here on his waist belt, where all of his lightsabers just actually clip over. And there's a lot of wearing and scratches on that, and this looks super realistic. Then of course we have these little wires coming out of his arm, and be careful when posing. It feels super fragile and I don't want those to break. They are attached to his gauntlet, which is separate, so you do want to make sure you don't twist that too hard so they don't pull out. And same thing with these hands. They feel super fragile, so it is very frightening to actually take his hands on and off, so just be careful with that. And of course we have his crotch piece, a lot of dings and dents. You can see from different angles the actual dents are a part of the actual suit and not just paint tricks. Down to his boots, super nicely detailed. They are split cut, so you can get a nice bit of range of motion out of them. And there is sculpted tread on the bottom, which it does have a little Hot Toys logo, which you cannot really complain, because the logos on figures like these are very minimal. If I was this little trooper standing next to this absolute fucking monster, I would be terrified. These are the only two Star Wars figures I am currently in possession of. And guys, if you were even somehow deciding between these two, pick fucking Starkiller. I mean, first of all, he's an awesome character in general, but this design and this suit and how sleek he looks, especially with those nails and all of these lightsabers, absolutely awesome. Now at this point, you guys can definitely tell I have no more Star Wars figures, because you're probably telling me, what the fuck is this? And this is just fun. I'm just having fun. And these two look honestly terrible together. I mean, I guess you could put them together. I don't think they look terrible. It's just that they'd match literally 0%. They look, I don't really know what to say about that. They do not match. And pretty much just like every single other one of my reviews, we have Deadpool, amazing figure, probably one of my favorites. I'm going to redact that probably. He is one of my favorite figures, and these two look pretty cool next to each other, I'm not even going to lie. Deadpool, though, really does look good next to anybody. And this one is mostly just for size comparison, because Spider-Man is small. They are on the same playing field of, depth of field, and Spider-Man is a tiny little feller. And now it's time to check out his range of motion, so let's get right into it. First, we're gonna start off with the arms, and for having that piece of armor there, it's pretty impressive that you even get 90 degrees, but going forwards is a little lackluster. It really doesn't actually reach that 90-degree mark that you want to see. Same thing with going backwards, it's just really subpar. And that elbow bend is definitely prohibited by this material and his gauntlet. I mean, you could slide it up a little more, but you're not getting a ton of range of motion out of this figure, which we could already tell. The head motion, though, is very good. It has that normal Star Wars neck peg, and it goes all the way around, but I don't want to really damage his little hair piece, whatever this thing is. So we're going to keep that just right there. But again, you could look very far up, very far down. Really impressed with the head. But like I predicted earlier in the video, there is no ab crunch at all, nothing side to side. Hips going forward are in a really clicky ratchet, actually, and they can go just about that far. With the knees, let's see, going all the way, except I don't like how that kind of puts a lot of stress on the suit right there. So we should not keep it like that. And the ankle joints are very, very posable, and they pivot side to side, up and down, and they can do 360, but I don't want to put any stress on this. But to be honest, this guy is not really super dynamic. But anyways, like usual, guys, I really am curious about what you think of this figure and any figures that I do review. I really do like to see your suggestions and just comments on them down below. And pretty much like usual, you guys can pick this guy up from toysassembled.com right now. You can get him this same week if you order him when this video is uploaded. So I would definitely recommend that. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good one.